Hello and welcome back, everybody, as we are preparing for Game 2 of our series between AoE and Mirage Alliance. Game 1 going AoE's way. And Kelby, I was thinking about something during that break, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. Did AoE win that game because they had Smolder? Now, thinking back, the scaling, if that wasn't available, if they didn't have this hyper late game carry, I don't know how many of those fights would have gone their way later on based on how they were playing it. So, curious to hear your thoughts.
I mean, there are other late game carries that exist in League of Legends, Kangas, but
name 2 meta right now. Zeri?
Zeri is somewhat played sometimes. I think Zeri's better for mid-game snowball, but Varus can do a lot of damage late. I think Smolder made a big difference. I think that the bigger impact was all the focus they put on RGS in the mid-game with those rotations. I think that ended up really paying off dividends, just ensuring that AoE, their core, could always do more damage than Mirage Alliance's core in fights, as they slow down the Azir, and then that's a son of Kench, right? It falls off in damage as time goes on.
It definitely did make for some entertaining moments as well. There were, 4 repeat ganks on RJS after he rotated top lane. Kind of crazy right there.
He got the cozy campfire up there for sure.
He did get the cozy
Not the Milio
campfire.
kind, yeah.
Yeah. They pulled out the s'mores, they pulled out the sleeping bags. They were ready to camp that one. And RGS, for the most part, I think actually played it pretty well. He burned flash. He didn't die too much in the top lane. It was only, I think, on like the 3rd or 4th rotation top that he actually finally went down, and then they get the 2 turrets for that push. But the team was getting other stuff elsewhere on the map. The bigger thing was RGS's decisions later on. There's 2 big moments that I want to highlight here. One was the top turret. When they were on the Baron, I think they get that Baron, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to go with maybe a yes. I think either way, it's the right call.
Yeah.
I think that was a pretty big blunder on Mirage Alliance's part. I think the other one was just sacking the 4th dragon. It was the 2nd one for AoE for free. Again, you're fighting a Smolder team. Like, you got to contest things early.
Yeah. The reason I think that they're able to take it is because it got down to about half health with a Senna as the primary DPS. Actually, I guess a Viego technically is the primary DPS at that point. Imagine Azir hitting that the entire time. The second one was, of course, the later fight. I don't know if this was actually the sole fight, the one that you're talking about, but when you're going for the 1v1 against the Rakan as opposed to with the team. So when we look at this roster, we're seeing a lot of experienced players, a lot of experienced names, and I want to talk about them maybe a little more critically than we would other teams because of the experience that they're packing. And the dis-synergy that we're seeing on the Rift. Like, there's clear moments where player A is looking for this, player B is looking for this.
Yeah.
How do you look? I mean, I know you've been a coach before. I don't know what you would do coaching a team like this, but, like, what do you do with a team that the roster clearly has kind of different views of what they want to accomplish in a game?
You play something that is so simple to play that everyone must be on the same page. Like, this is when you bust out the Nocturne Orianna.
Yeah, Nocturne Orianna, Yasuo, Malphite.
This is what we do. This is how we play the game, and it's very binary. So, to be fair, I feel like a Senna Kench does kind of make the game like that. I think Mirage Alliance did have good early game and, like, some decent moments.
Yeah.
I think, if anything, like, maybe Prismal committed too hard to, like, not harassing the Smolder, because I think Smolder, like, there was a point around the 2nd grub spawn where Prismal went to contest and Smolder was able to get, like, 2-3 minutes of free time down bot against the Kench. It's like, that's one that you can maybe look at, but I don't think Mirage Alliance's game was that bad. I just think that they didn't have an answer for RGS getting attacked, and then that set them too far behind in the game, and they didn't push their advantage at all. Like, we didn't see many proactive TPs. We saw a double TP that was really good for them, like, save the game, but we didn't see anything earlier than that. And, like, Smolder just got online and took over.
Well, before we get into pick and ban for game number 2, let's take a look at the Fearless Draft bans. A reminder that if you played it in the series, you cannot play it again. AoE picked up a win in a very late game scenario with the Smolder. They were pairing it with the Taliyah, Wukong, Cassante, and the Rakan. Cannot play those. Mirage Alliance cannot play theirs. We'll see it again as we actually hop into pick and ban. But just a reminder that Udyr and the Azir are the, by far, top 2 most played champions for Mirage Alliance. This is now 5 games for each of them. So as we hop into draft, they will not have what I would now label as their comfort picks. If they're, out of their 6 series, playing those almost every single series, then maybe that's the style they're going for. They're going to have to find something else. Let's get into pick and ban and see what that is.
I am interested to see what kind of approach we see from Mirage Alliance, as they will be on the blue side this time. And do we see Prismal cook with a Smolder? I think that's question A. If we see Smolder get through, like, we kind of are finding out how strong every team thinks Smolder is based on what we see pick ban-wise. And B, if Prismal's willing to play it, banning something like a Callista does tell me they would like to play something like Smolder.
It's one of the champions that can try and counter it. They're on the blue side. They can go for that blue one, and there we go. AoE said, nope, we are not making the same mistake that you just made in that last ban phase. We will take it away, as Red said.
Well, after that, Udyr is on the table for Zamudo. I will say I've seen Alorum play some Cassante. It's playable, but I don't think his Cassante is as good as his Udyr. So that's kind of the next tier thing I'm looking at. Like, hey, like, kind of going down the list, like what's going to be good. Also, Prismal, one of the champs that he has played multiple times, it has been the Varus. I think that Varus is still a very strong B1 pick, so curious if that ends up being a ban from AoE.
Yeah.
Or
it's Varus and Ezreal as his most played. So
yeah.
Ezreal's up there too. It's the Ashe taken away for right now. Let's see if they try and pinch Prismal's champ pool a little bit more.
I think you got to take away Varus here. It's either that or Karma, as the two expected bans for me from AoE. Or they could deny. I don't think Cassante is really worth a ban.
Interestingly enough, I mean, Dardoch, out of his 9 games, or 11, or 12, sorry, previously, he had played 9 champions. Karma was not one of them. So Varus is the ban. Do they pick another unique champion for Dardoch? It's technically Tom Pan's just one too. So out of 13 games, it's 10 unique. It's kind of fun.
I expect it to be Maokai, and then you could see something like either a Karma comp for an answer for AoE. Like, if you want to run Xin, you can't pair it up with the Karma. We saw that earlier today.
Yeah.
Lit. That game wasn't the best, but I do think it's a decent combo. Or you could have something like Emilio get that, ult to just pretty much get out of the Nature's Grasp that is so strong.
Yeah, really
I always really like this for AoE. And you have the option of Lucian and Aphelios.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Aphelios more, because the Lucian, I still feel like it just falls off a little bit, but either one works. So if they were going to go for it, there we go. Lucian locked in with Emilio.
So Senna's one of the better answers to this lane. Of course, that was banned out by Mirage Alliance, and they couldn't have picked it themselves anyway, given that it is Fearless. Besides that, I actually like something like a Blitzcrank into it. If you want to get really crazy with Dardoch, like you could run that, or it's going to be Ezreal Karma. So the Karma does make its way in. That's going to be a lot of early power and push that Lucian and Emilio will have to play around. So those first 3 levels going to be very much in favor of Mirage Alliance. And Lucian and Emilio will need a little bit of time to come online.
Yeah, so this is going to be an 11th unique pick for Dardoch, really flexing the champ pool and what he feels he can do in the support role. But it will be Prismal's 4th game on the Ezreal. So Varus banned away, back to one of the champions that he's played the most in this split. And it is Udyr for Zamudo. So, I mean, it couldn't be picked by Mirage. It wasn't banned by Mirage. So AoE said, fine, we'll take the blind pick top laner.
I want to see Mirage Alliance get rid of Rosethorn's Vi. I think that Vi would give them a go button. It's decent in the Maokai. It's one way to actually get to the Ezreal in the backline. And then AoE actually taking away Tristana is interesting, as RGS, I've mostly seen him play the mages. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Syndra removed. I don't think that AoE has to worry about something like Jace, given the pools of Alorum and RGS. I don't think that's a pick that we're going to see RGS bust out.
I mean, he did play Jace already, so
it was okay.
Maybe? Yeah.
It was okay.
It was okay. The poke combo with the Ezreal and the Karma is just so enticing.
I think that being said, I think you do have to get rid of Jace. If you're going to ban the Trist, you might as well commit to the Jace ban to get rid of both the ADs.
Yeah.
In terms of mid.
I'm wondering what Onet will lean towards. So let's look at what's banned here. Orianna and Azir taken off the table. Onet elsewise has played Sylas, Syndra,
Poppy.
Victor.
Why'd they ban Poppy?
I mean, Alarm did play 1 game of it, but it doesn't feel like a hard counter into the Udyr.
Yeah, and it doesn't interact with anything super well that AoE's showing. So maybe they have a pick prep that Poppy's good into.
I mean, the Lucian does have a dash, but
you
hopefully
can manage it with Emilio.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And the big thing is that Udyr, from my experience watching Champs Q games at the beginning of the split, I don't know if the matchup has somehow changed with the last 2 patches, but Udyr just smashes Poppy. There's not much Poppy can do.
Oh, yeah.
Vi would be something, though, that wants to have more freedom of mobility, so there we go.
I wanted the Vi. It's a winning matchup in a Maokai. It gives you good point and click engage and get back to the Ezreal. AoE needs some form of hard engage here. It's going to be the Insta Sylas grab coming out from RGS. That's quite interesting blind. I will say some of the champs that Silas is weak against are off the table, as of course Akali was banned out. Also, I don't think something like Chase is super playable here for Onat. I think it would be a little bit of a riskier grab.
Hear me out. What if Onat puts on his best Insanity impression and plays the Udyr mid into the Silas now? That sounds really bad for Silas, right?
That could be interesting. I will say that if you wanted to get really crazy, something like Darius is actually really valuable this game. But Onat, he's mostly a mage player. Let's see what he reaches into for his pool. I will say we have a Wukong showing yet again, which puts that Maokai in top lane. We did see it already with Dragoon. I did tease during that game that it is a flexible pick for Mirage Alliance. And okay, Onat very much returning to comfort with an Ahri. We have not seen a lot of Ahri. Ahri and Silas, they were meta, but then there was this magical item that was removed that used to be a banned word that I will not say. It might have started with an M and rhymed with Ithaca or Ithic. Something like that. You know what I'm talking
we don't talk about mythics on broadcast anymore? Okay.
No, do not say it. It never existed. I'm here for Freak Season, all right?
All right, fair
those
enough.
are gone, but also Everfrost is gone. Silas and Ahri both really benefited from Everfrost. That removed a lot of the playmaking that both of these champions had, but Ahri has at least a go button with Vi to ensure you can land the charm in a decent lane against Silas. So, and it is an Onat special. It's one of his strongest champs.
We're going to get into that, but first I have to call you out. Did you just say it starts with M and rhymes with Ithic, which is just the rest of the word that you didn't say?
Don't worry about it, man.
Okay, we're not going to worry about that then. Onat on his now 7th unique champion of the split. Yeah, Silas, Ori, Syndra, Victor, Karma, Talia. And now we got the Ahri. Onat really diving into that champ pool, and we are into game 2 of AoE versus Mirage Alliance. Mirage Alliance back to the wall. A game loss means that they are 0-6 in series score. It is completely out of their control if they're able to avoid the promotion tournament. They can take wins against the next 2 teams next to them, but they're relying on them to lose games as well. And AoE, they're hoping to continue on a decent start for themselves. I had high expectations for this team, a lot of high hopes, and they so far have been delivering. Big invade here from Mirage Alliance. 5 stack onto Breezy. Tries to sidestep the chains, has to flash away, so will not have the summoner spell, but Mirage Alliance at least get that summoner spell.
That is a really nice win early on, as I did set up that the Ezreal Karma, really powerful early lane, especially level 1, and you can see I love this from Mirage Alliance. They're going to really attack Breezy. Breezy could die here.
Has heal available.
Oh, good side stuff.
Yeah, is dodging a lot of the damage. That's Ignite down. Did not use heal. Is going to be in lane, very low health. But yes, you're right. I mean, it's still a decent start from Mirage Alliance. They could have gotten more. Probably could have gotten the kill if that slow lands, but they'll take the health bar trade regardless.
All right. Will going to start enemy wolves. So I do like this. I think that when you take Ezreal Karma, you got to utilize the level 1, and Mirage Alliance has really put this to use. Not only getting health bar advantage in the bot side, also, curious enough, Breezy with some new tech that is starting to emerge from support. It is a D-ring start. So some of this, Doran's items were just buffed in general. It kind of like adds to your strength early on, and then first base you grab the World Atlas, so it sets you behind a little bit, but honestly not too much. Curious to see Breezy go for this though, because it will give a lack of control. It helps bigger shields and heals.
Helps you spam out abilities too, which Melio is happy to do with the Lucian lane. But they are not getting priority of the push. Breezy takes a lot of damage here. The root lands from Dardoch along with the empowered Q. So he's right back down to sub 50% health. He was trying his best. Will goes for a full clear counter jungle and is now spotted.
So you can actually see. I don't think AoE knew about this because Rosethorn was like dragging the camp towards his top side, and now like he's just going bot. He is running to protect. Well, he's running to protect the bot dive. The bot lane's up for the tanking, and Will's looking for a dive. They just hit level 2.
All right. Can he make it in time? I don't think so. Will's here. Will tank up to begin. First blood to Prismal, and Will flash away. He'll use by the AD carry. Some Mirage Alliance clean dive.
Rosethorn's here, though, and it's not spotted. Mirage Alliance are sticking around. They could be under threat.
Oh, you definitely imagine that they're pinging an invade on the top jungle, but Rosethorn will not go for the wraparound. Instead, goes for the invade bot side. It will expect that Will would have backed, and will try and take these camps instead. Oh, Will's actually pinging the top camps. Interesting. So I guess Will had the same read.
Nice buffer. Really nice buffer here by RGS, as he was able to get the abscond abduct through the charm. Gonna take another look. I mean, this dive is easy breezy cover girl, and I'm not just saying that because he took down breezy. There is nothing to this one. It is pure comfort.
We're back to live.
Takes the red,
we
going on
rewatch
RGS.
That. RGS has flash, and never mind. We just back off. Okay.
I mean, it's a kind of a cute threat. You can take that Q and go straight back to Raptors, so it doesn't slow you down too much. So at least get RGS off a wave.
True. And Rosethorn is getting ahead in the clear here, as will get back up to the top camps, but Rosethorn did clear his entire side and is now taking away some from Will. Dardoch is hanging around as well. RGS pushing them off. So, end of the day here, Rosethorn will get back to his jungle and go for his second respawn camps, as Will had set those ones up for him. And let's see where Will goes. He's going for the top scuttle. Fun fact on the Ahri as well, we haven't touched on it, or at least if you said it, sorry, Cubby, I did not hear. But it was buffed slightly. Not on 14.3, but on 14.2. It got yeah, it wasn't a huge one. It was 2 seconds off of the charm, which I honestly felt was not like exactly what Ahri needs, but you feel it. You're happy with it. You're able to land charm way more often, threaten your opponent way more often. So we'll see if that's enough for Onat to actually have a big impact in this game.
See if Zamudo's able to use his turtle stance going off, because he's really fighting
He's
to death.
Just going to die here, right? I mean, Will's nearby. Oh, but they can't get the wave under. Oh, my goodness. Zamudo, you are playing on a razor's edge, my friend. Big shield there. Lauren pulls him back. Will is nearby. That's Ghost out of Zamudo, and he will live.
You have the empowered turtle stance available still, so that's what's going to keep him nice and safe. Zamudo going to make sure that he gets through the rest of this one. One grub taken from Rosethorn.
Oh, now
as he does not. Yeah, so Rosethorn didn't have top lane priority, but we have seen this kind of evolve. People just sneaking in, taking one grub and getting out. I do like that from Rosethorn quite a bit. Again, you have an Udyr, so you do want to make sure that you're winning this lane. But props to Alorum. I mean, that Maokai was first picked. He flexed it into the Udyr. Alorum, longtime Maokai player, not to mention take player. He knows his matchups really well, and watching him get ahead in this lane, that's pretty impressive, man. It's tough to do against an Udyr who will be building damage to try and bully that tank Udyr early on. So yeah, I should see an early haunting guys coming in, which I do like a lot from Zamudo.
And Rosethorn actually wraps back around here to go for the grubs. He's fine to jump away. He got 2 of them. So you're denying the potential of 5 from the opponent, and you're setting yourself up to take 5 later on. Will get 1 of those, but overall, I think solid play from Rosethorn right there, saving his smite for that play. On lanes, is this how we expect this lane to go? I mean, when I think of Lucian Melio, I've been pilled that this is supposed to win lane. They're just hard getting shoved in every time.
It is how it's supposed to go. Against the Ezreal Karma, like these early levels for Ez Karma are really big. It's a PTA from Prismal. I mean, they are low, but the CS is still where it's at. That's good. I think that's okay.
Although Breezy dying earlier meant that it was a even further delayed support item pickup for him. He's got the refillable potion on that first bag. Rough. So we're not going to have a lot of vision control for AoE in this game. I mean, that's the big thing. Sure, laning phase might feel better, but your team's going to wish they had the range with the vision. Now Onat with the roam bot side flashes forward with the charm and will claim the kill onto Dardoch. Zamudo 1v1 into Lorm, and he wins it too. 2 kills for AoE across the map.
Lorm's wave was cooked in the top side. He gets taken down by Zamudo just after I complimented him and how he played out the matchup. Didn't quite play out at deploy as well. RGS will get a plate in compensation for Onat's roam, but Onat being proactive on his Ahri. This is a pick that Onat was very good at before he was in Challengers League. And of course, Onat, he was relegated on Team Fish Taco this past year, but I think Onat has actually had a real nice resurgence in the fall of this year. He played in Aegis with the Peach Cats. They took second to Winthrop. They were a very strong team, and Onat was a big part of that. Of course, we know no one love Onat as our resident mage player, and also his Ahri Gragas rather strong in his pool. Good to see him pull out the Ahri. Do some good work there. I
like that setup for Breezy. Anyway. We didn't see the flash Q from him at the beginning, or at least I didn't notice it. Gets onto Dardoch. That's what secures the kill for Onat's roam, who also had purchased the Dark Seal right before that. So dashes in 2 stacks onto that, and will catch the next wave mid up on CS even over RGS as he shoves that wave into the turret. So 1-2 on the scoreboard. Still a gold lead for Mirage, as we see the plays bot and mid are actually kind of paying dividends for them.
curious if we can turn those bot lane dividends into a dragon here, as I like this from Will. I think this is necessary. As we get a look at the gold graph, important that Prismal's able to cash this one in. I know that we've kind of asked to see Prismal step up his performance. I think that he did put on a decent game 1. He has some resources early on to make sure that he's able to carry this game, and want to see if Prismal can do so and execute. Ezreal will have trouble getting through the Udyr, but it doesn't look that Udyr is going to be going a little bit more of a damage route. So, frankly, I mean, this is a decent setup for Ezreal. You have the Karma to help you out a little bit, and it should be the ability to really control space, terrain, and range for Mirage Alliance to make sure that Prismal can have some big fights.
Eyes will be on the AD carry, who had, like you were saying, probably his best game so far in Spring Split on the Senna last time around. Now onto what's more comfort for him, and just landing a good chunk onto Breezy and Wixie.
Will was spotted doing this. He will pull off. Breezy, of course, trying to keep his health bar as far up as he can against this Ezreal Karma. A little bit difficult, but with Will being spotted bot, some dirty farming now going down from Zamudo, and a potential dive going down from Mirage Alliance.
Rose Thorn's here. They try and cover, and he's going to do it. So, Mirage Alliance back off. They don't want to go too far forward. Rose Thorn was waiting just in case, but no play for Mirage Alliance. Zamudo does catch that wave, so Alorum will fall even further behind. When you were looking at the gold there, that was the biggest differential, was Alorum falling heavily behind Zamudo here, who got the solo kill as well as now 20 CS advantage. He's going to start taking camps away from Will. This is the school of Whippo. This is what Udyr can do, everybody. I love to see it come out as Will's hovering, spotted down with the Tri-Brush because Rose Thorn's in that. Mirage Alliance were waiting for AoE to step too far forward, but AoE, they do not pull that trigger. Yeah, this is what we want to see. Let's go.
The extreme dirty farming.
He just proxied the wave, took Wolf Camp, and now Gromp.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's just the jungle dream right there. I mean, Zamudo's playing solo queue right now. He's probably blasting some music.
And Rose Thorn just took away the Raptors. Like, what does Will have to clear? He can take one baby Raptor and then buffs.
Dream.
Ooh, good damage from the arm there.
Maokai scales. He's got his... looks like he might rush the Kana quicker. I would actually love to see Spirit Visage. I think it synergizes so well with Maokai's passive. You can afford to go both. I don't know if there's enough magic damage in the game to actually warrant both, because you do want your Frozen Heart. But Alorum actually looking to set up on Zamudo. Zamudo could be in trouble. He has Ghost.
Yeah, RGS stole the cease and desist from Rose Thorn earlier and will utilize it to guarantee a kill. 2 on the board now from Mirage Alliance.
All right, nice bounce back. I know Alorum got solo killed, but Zamudo didn't reset soon enough after the dirty farming. He was trying to wait for his empowered TP to get back up, which he will have to get back to lane, but Alorum had a nice trade against Zamudo to set that up. Good roam from RJS to connect as he goes for the Rod of Ages that was recently buffed up, as you highlighted. Now it's a war for second grubs. Keep in mind, Rose Thorn, it's 2 grubs for AoE right now, so if they get all 3, that's 5, and that's when you get the grub lights to spawn.
Exactly. All Will has to do is take 1 away, though. Teleport will come in for Zamudo. Alorum backs, purchases the completed item. It's not the K-Nick recurrent. Instead, Hollow something. Wow, I'm just outing myself for not remembering the names of the items, but that's all right. That's the one that does damage over time to your opponent, so he will have that available. And also has massive health, 600
got a heal
on that one. It's crazy.
And it's got a nice heal, so that's going to really help with Alorum contesting the wave. That also synergizes with Spirit Visage. We're going to get really out there as now Breezy gets spotted. He's going to have to maybe flash.
He's got the backup of Wixie here. I don't think Dardoch is enough of a threat on his own. As we see, was that all 3 grubs?
Yep.
I think it was, yeah.
Yep.
Interesting that Will didn't try to just go in and smite steal 1. You only need to take 1. Might have been worth the time when you're against the Udyr composition, but now Udyr can take these turrets a little bit faster.
I will say, I don't know how much work Udyr gets done now.
RJS going to the 1v1, does not realize that Rose Thorn is right there, steals away the Ori ultimate, but cease and desist does land. Tree Shot Barrage, damage dodged by Onat, but RJS is just fine. He's bought time for Will to show up. Will jumping in, doesn't land the ultimate, flashes forward to guarantee it onto Rose Thorn. Flash forward from Breezy to try and keep his jungler alive. They got to trade 1 back in RJS to make this at least semi-worth it. They can't get the damage. As Will jumps back in, Prismal has now joined in on the fight, flashes forward. Prismal's got the damage, 1 more Q. Can he find it? No! Onat will escape, but all flashes from all members on this screen have been used. Save Dardoch, but overall, Mirage Alliance will come out with more kills.
And a nice moment from Mirage Alliance as both Will and RGS flashed on Rosethorn, who got out. The commit enabled RGS to get a bonus Aureole that helped him get out. Dardoch did some good body blocking in the back half, too, as he kind of caught the culling from Wixie to make sure that his mid laner got out. Let's take another look as RGS is caught, but he is Silas. So he preps a really nice combo to abuse First Strike. Is able to get a ton of damage down, steals Aureole, tries to get another one. Onat sidesteps the second Q, and then this is where things get big, because Rosethorn, he immediately flashed out to get out of the Wukong knockup, but RGS finds it with the Escond of Duck. They take him down immediately, and RGS gets another W off with a heal. Dardoch catches the culling. He'll take those bullets in the back for his buddy as the President gets out, and Faker survives.
Prismal almost gets another one here. Maybe mis-sequencing abilities right there. Interestingly enough, throws out the W after the Q. The W doesn't land. Who knows if that would have been enough to actually guarantee the kill, but overall, you're still happy if you are Mirage Alliance. Up 1,500 gold here as Dragon's on the table. You already got the first one. I think the second one is going to be in the bag.
Wow. I'm curious to see how AoE bounces back from this one. It's not like they have that like late game Smolder scaling. And I will say that this build from Wixie, it's mostly auto attack and pew based. So I think it's really going to be on Wixie to kind of step up and have a pop-off game if he wants to get his team out of this one.
What is the Ezreal build? If the Lucian build is pew, does that make Prismal build blast? Oh, poke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does poke interact with pew? Can you break it down to me?
You stay out of range so that you don't get pew-pewed and you're able to poke for free.
Ah. So is it like a kind of like a triangle type situation, like poke beats pew, which beats I don't know. I don't know.
It just depends on the depends on the rest of your team, you know. Because as marksman, you never have any control over the game, especially in solo queue, which because everyone complains about it, despite it being just a blatantly OP role.
Oh, Will.
Yeah.
Trying to abuse the OP role here as he's looking for a potential dive. Is spotted. Rosethorn's there, jumps forward, does not land the CC onto Will. But Will drop the control ward and clear out the vision. So jungler's hanging around bot side, but no one's going to pull the trigger to fully commit to the play. Onat went for a reset along with Zamudo, so the solo laners of AoE synced up on these. Not much on the map to go for, but I'm curious, once we pull up the items again, where they are at, because I don't think any action is going to happen down here.
I don't think so either. I think if... I mean, Rosethorn's pretty happy that he was able to at least sneak the rift away. Now, top was winning, but... Yeah, I think if anything, like, this game's kind of going to change once the first turret falls. And then we could at least see, like, some lane assignments change. And I also think that this is about the time where Lucian Milio does start to take over. Because Breezy is when you have more points in the shield and the campfire. And you are at the first item spike so that you can't actually have, you know, Wixie start to step up.
Well, we saw what happened there. It's hard to actually get on them. You don't have CC to guarantee it, and Dardoch can just press E and run away from you on whichever target you focus. RGS now focusing Zamudo. 1v1ing Silas versus Udyr. Really hard to kill this Udyr, especially when he has the Ghost, and RGS doesn't want to overcommit into the enemy territory, but is kind of asserting his dominance here as the Silas. You have the Rod of Ages stacking up, and so far has been able to 1v1 both Onat and Zamudo now.
It's first strike damage, man. You're just getting extra gold.
True. Cash that in, baby. Give me those paychecks.
Interested to see what RGS goes for second. I've been seeing a lot of Cosmic Drive on Silas, which I think is good as Breezy gets through to the TP's
How about
coming
a
in.
teleport bot side? It doesn't matter what he builds. It matters where he is. We're on to Breezy. No summoners available. And wow. That was a lot of burst damage.
Well played, RJS, who's really doing everything he can to get his team into this series.
Oh. It's going to cost them.
Yeah, it will. They get bot for it, though, and it's still a rift drop, so I think overall it's okay. RGS will come answer. And again, I think this is a really important series for Mirage Alliance, Kangas. Like, they're 0-5. You have 9 best-of-3s that you play. Yep. If you are bottom 2, then you're in the relegation, you know, potential, and they don't want to face that as, okay, hold on.
Oh, Charm goes wide from Onat, but Rosethorn is here. Prismal and Dardoch have flashes available. Prismal's about to come up. Now we're going in hardcore onto the bot lane. Prismal will go down. Dardoch barely alive. TP canceled. And the pick is secured. Zamudo will give his life to make sure that teleport does not go off, so AoE can get the double kill bot lane.
Got to look at the rest of the map as RJS is pushing in mid. We'll get some damage down, but that answer play from Onat, it does punish Mirage Alliance, who after that move overextended a little bit to take that bot outer turret for themselves. RJS is rotating, though. We could have a long play. Alorum doesn't have TP available, but RJS is looking.
Yeah, RJS on a big flank. AoE will take the turret. No
Wixie's
turret
low.
play, no
He's got no
teleport
mana.
backup. It's 3 players here. But you're right, very low mana on Wixie and Rose Thorn. Cease and desist. Stolen jumped in on top
Nice
of him.
ult.
And the two-shot barrage over the wall means Will can just flash forward and clean up the kills here.
cooked.
That's one. That's a double kill teleport coming in. Onat is joined. We got the top laner and mid laner in here. Rose Thorn goes out. Triple kill to Will. He will finally fall to Zamudo. But that is well worth it for Mirage Alliance.
RJS, man, what a beast this game, as every play has pretty much been made by him. Mirage Alliance really starting to figure things out. I mean, Alorum's still hitting turrets during all this. This is huge, and RJS could maybe look.
Yeah, he jumps over. Big shield for Zamudo, but Onat's not exactly there. Flashes forward with a charm. Right as you say it, you cast the curse the man. RJS overextends.
Extra points to Zamudo for using the Empowered Turtle stance to bait RJS in. That was all planned. Onat does have his ult available if Mirage Alliance want to get frisky. But I will say, I think that in the end, RJS going down, that is significant. Oh, it is a Riftmaker second for the Silas. We are drain taking this game, baby.
Interesting choice. Now Grievous Wounds is pretty much a must-buy on the side of AoE. You gotta figure out a way to kill this Silas. And I mean, I guess they do have some chain CC between the charm, the cease and desist, but if ever that CC stops, he will just heal it all back. So we'll see who decides to pick that one up, as right now Dragon's up in 20 seconds. It looks like Mirage Alliance fancying themselves a fight there. They don't have teleport for RJS, but he will run directly to that side of the map.
Dragon is on the board. Oh, that's big. Oh my god.
A nice pick.
Wow.
Yeah, Dardoch just out of position right there. Did not realize he was on a ward. And AoE, he'll take it. I mean, that's pretty much free.
Nice ult from Prismal. Put down some decent poke, but that's big for AoE. I mean, this is sole point for Mirage Alliance. They would have loved to set up for this one standard, but Dardoch getting picked. Onat didn't even have to burn his ult for that. And they can look to
Grass goes out. Everyone turns onto the Maokai instead. Will jumps in on a Breezy. Will eliminate the Melio. Big pick to start things off. RJS over the wall now. Has the Ari ultimate. Alorum goes all the way deep in there. RJS is the main character. He's doing a lot of damage. Wixie's trying to output it back. Almost kills RJS, but he is able to drain tank through it. Now Prismal's unleashed. Triple kill to Prismal as Mirage Alliance will ace the fight.
Love to see Prismal stepping up and it working out, but I will say he kind of saved this fight. I thought the fight at the start was great for AoE. Onat was kind of running RJS around in the back half, who was fed, as we're going to get a second look. Watch Onat here. He keeps RJS distracted. He is the fed member to start off. Yes, Breezy gets eliminated by Will, but RJS doesn't get anything done, and it's a great execute that Rosethorn is able to find Will, take him down, but 2 carries aren't touched. Yeah. Prismal sees people low when RJS is able to get involved. Alorum's doing a really nice job of holding the line, putting damage down. Prismal picks his spot to go in and does it well. That's a triple, a couple shutdowns going over to the Ezreal as well. Now Mirage Alliance, they're in full control of this game.
That was beautiful from Prismal. You know, some of the moments in that last game getting picked on the Senna, giving them really rough positions, but we know Prismal's capable of moments like that as well. This time around, hard carrying that fight, waiting for the moment, like you said, flashing in, triple kill, well earned, well deserved. Mirage Alliance now with Dragon's Soul point, 4 minutes, 20 seconds until they have a big ol' win condition. Infernal Drake, I know you were saying maybe falling down the ranks as top dragons that you want for Soul, but hey, you'll still take it as RJS will take a fight in the mid lane here, jumping onto Breezy. Flash available, he misses it over the wall, and Breezy goes down.
This early Milio pick's being punished so well by Mirage Alliance, really using the range to pepper the Milio. Is now Rosethorn spotted, and RJS wants him.
RJS can solo pretty much anybody right now. Does not believe it's a solo, though. Does take the cease and desist. If he goes in now at this point, he's in trouble. Wixie's there. Onat's there. They're chaining the CC. Okay. There we go. That's how you do it. RJS gets picked. Zamudo can run in. You got to go right now, Zamudo. Actually, no, he's flanking around. He's making sure that they don't really have an escape path. Baron secured. Can AoE take the fight after the fact? They will not have Breezy. They will not have their support. But Zamudo cannot contain Mirage Alliance. Alorum has a really good ultimate to zone out the rest of AoE.
Yeah, it was good poke, too, by Prismal just to take the health bars down and deter them as he's going to find that Spirit Shojin third. Be a big damage buff for the Ezreal. As, again, Prismal putting together a really nice game here. Some big step-ups by Mirage Alliance and a big TP.
Alorum's jumping in there. Oh, the kick misses from Breezy. Dardock's running in as fast as he can. They're on to Wixie. Push back, Bramble Smash. A lot of damage coming in from the Karma as well, but Wixie is out of there for now. Will does have flash available. He's going to flash in, try and get onto Wixie. Flash response from the Lucian. Culling used. Breezy alive for now, but not for long. Alorum gets on top of him. Mirage Alliance have RJS on the flank as well. He teleported deep into the top jungle, and AoE did not expect that one. Rose Thorn picked off as well. Mirage Alliance, find 2.
Honestly, I gotta say in the end, I don't like Ahri on this patch. I don't think that we've seen Ahri do enough. Like, it feels like Ahri has to have a perfect fight just to be useful. And a lot of these skill shots have been getting dodged out by Alorum. Some of these twisted advances have been great. Yeah. Alorum is becoming such a menace in these team fights, just as the Maokai, who, again, you scale up really hard as a tank Maokai with that passive. And now, AoE, they're really on the back, but we could have a 6-game day here, Kangas.
I think we are on the precipice. Strap in, everybody. I know the Super Bowl is over, but NACL is just heating up right now as Onat tries to make the hero play into RGS. Doesn't quite have the damage. Will survive Prismal's assault. But you're right, he did go in, but he's going to have his cooldowns available again. That's the power of this itemization. Fearless Draft gives you so much cooldown reduction on your basic abilities, so Prismal's able to get out of there. Mirage Alliance are punished for pushing up that far.
Buck 45 until we have our final dragon here. Potentially, Mirage Alliance. Soul is on the table for them. And they're going to be first to the punch here. Alorum's going to fix the top wave too in their favor. Bot wave going to crash. Wixie going to be forced to grab that one. So dragon set up 90 seconds away. Free reign. All in favor of Mirage Alliance.
And watch RJS here. He's not with the team. His favorite place to be. He's on the flank. RJS is looking for something because now they see Rose Thorn. They're looking at him. Onat, the new target. Cyclone lands. Onat taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down a pick for Mirage Alliance to start off the play. They don't need the Dragon Soul. They just needed that find. And now RJS flashing forward, looking for even more on the Breezy. They still don't have the Grievous Wound, I do not believe. As AoE will have to defend 4v5. Mirage Alliance have super minions in the mid wave. It could all end right here. Game 3 could start right here. Can Mirage Alliance make this happen? Zamudo taking up everything on the front line. Nation Strats used. It's the answer with the Breath of Life. Zamudo is still fine right now, but it's going to come down to Wixie. He's got to do the damage. Mirage Alliance don't have another wave. They need to back off. They'll only get one Nexus turret.
That's all right. They can still retreat to the Soul, which I don't know if AoE can contest at this point. If I'm AoE, I would contest this Soul. I'm okay throwing the game away, trying to make sure that Mirage Alliance doesn't get this. You know, the Elder Drake can still spawn. I don't think it gets any easier as well, because this Ezreal is doing so much work. I mean, the Karma Ezreal, you have such a good landing phase, and Ezreal, if you get ahead of all your items, just given where they're priced, and really the oppressive range, it's so big. As you can see, Prismal trying to pepper the wave. AoE is going to walk in, brute force the meteor.
Front line. Oh, Rosem's just ball breakering in. They're just running it down. Onat teleports and actually just walked in. Doesn't even have to teleport. Makes it in time. We got the front-to-back fight. We're jumping onto Dardock. Cease and desist. We're really deep in enemy territory for Rose Thorn.
That's not it.
And it's too deep. The team cannot follow up. Mirage Alliance successfully peel back, but they are taking massive damage here. Very low health bars for Mirage Alliance. Is this enough for AoE? Wixie untouched. Onat untouched. Shot Barrage, really good find from Prismal there. Wixie gets chunks down now. And without the jungler, there's no one to smite, secure this one. It goes over to Mirage Alliance. They get the soul. The fight is easy afterwards. That is game. Mirage Alliance will bring us to game 3.
Well played for Mirage Alliance. I'm with you, Kangas. I feel like the lack of heal cut really hurt AoE on those later fights. It's just too much between the Silas, the Maokai. That front line could not be dealt with. I don't think Ahri brought enough to the table either. It was a good attempt, and I think Onat made some good plays, and I think that I know he can play well. Honestly, each mid lane are having a good showing here, but just too much. Mirage Alliance able to take this one and push us to another game 3.
Yeah, Rose Thorn will pad the stacks of Mirage Alliance a little bit longer, but we do have the 6-game dream ahead of us here. Covey, Super Bowl Sunday, Super NACL Sunday.
Hey, they get overtime. This is like our overtime. It's a game 6, right? That's OT.
And Mirage Alliance claw their way back. They were backs against the wall for an 0-6 series start, but this is a momentum swing. This could be the beginning of the reverse sweep. We're going to send it to a short break before we are back with the series-defining Game 3 right after this.
Introducing the new foot-long sidekicks at Subway. Try the warm and delicious foot-long cookie, foot-long pretzel, or foot-long churro.
I think TLC will win. We'll have no issues at all.
Probably FlyQuest. I hold a lot of respect for like a lot of their players, so probably the favorite to win.
Can I say myself? Yeah, I think FlyQuest is the favorite to win the split.
Area of Effect Gaming. I think they're individually just so cracked that it doesn't matter who they're up against.
Well, that will be my team, because it's my team. I mean, who roots against themselves, you know? Us or FlyQuest, because I think we're the best two teams.
I'd say it's probably FlyQuest, I mean, or ourselves. I mean, I can't ever count myself out.
Yumi?
Yumi?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'll just say Yumi.
That champ just like is useless, and then whenever the champ is useful, like the game kind of sucks, you know?
The community will have my back on that one. So yeah, just Yumi.
Well, this is embarrassing.
I think it's Zoe. She's just the mid lane champ that wins jungle matchups, and I also don't even really want it on my team, so I just say Zoe.
Zed. I hate Zed. They just farm with Q from far, and then they think they're good when they press R. I think like if you're a Zed OTP and you can play Zed and you like have like the basic combos down, it shoots you up like a whole tier at least.
I think I'd choose Zeri, kind of like the peak of Zeri Yumi meta, and like Zeri Lulu meta was kind of the bane of every top laner.
I want to dunk on Shochi.
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's a good laner, and I want to dunk on him.
All of them. All of them, but in particular, every support player that exists, hands down. Just pick one.
Quad. So badly. So badly, actually. This guy has 87 LCK games. He just dropped 2 nukes in his most recent game. So if I can drop a nuke on that guy, then it's going to look good for me.
Messages, unlit, give him a little reality check.
I'll just choose Dragoon. I mean, we're the two like Darius players and ACL, and there's only space for one, I guess. I'll just say that.
I just want to be AoE, because I think I'm friends with a lot of them, and it would just feel good, yeah.
Everybody in Twitch chat.
Look at the camera.
This is the guy. This is the guy making the run to the LCS, through the LCS Challengers League. Round of applause for Scary Jerry.
Shout out Collegiate. We're coming for everybody. We're going to win. Also, Shogo's been in the Twitch chat of every match that we've had, so shout out to him. He's our biggest fan.
Nice.
Can't wait to take St. Thomas out in the finals.
Kind of going back to the Lucian item here in the bot side. This sets up really nice for Lucian's ultimate because the support item he'll grab is the damage amp. So you throw down that auto, you know, you get the slow, you pump your ult.
And
oh boy.
Flash doesn't matter if you die, and Wixie gets pierced through the heart. Victory in your first series of the split. It's a little bit of a top kingdom, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he was completely gapped both games. It was just a slaughter. What can I say? But it's really good to see you guys again.
Top laner is going to show up as teleports are channeled. Now jumping in is Jenkins right on the chime. Bleeds him down so damn quickly. Quad is here. And a double kill as the sword slices down from Surdy.
I want to go to you as an individual, as we do see the Grim Reaper running around behind you. Thank you, Shochi, for being the mascot for the team. Still clumped up. They haven't gone down yet. Shochi's just free firing. Jumps in. Over the knockup from Niles. No knockup combo for Spyrax to look for, and he even goes down. Shochi with a double kill, making a triple kill. Reset City versus Supernova's mid laner. Quadra kill to Shochi, and they will ace Maryville. There is a reason that I said it's going to be a Shochi specialty game.
The future of the LCS starts right after the LCS. Welcome to Challengers League.